Welcome back to the From Harvard with Love podcast. I am your host, Harvard World Drizzy. We back to you guys with a special one today. We got a reaction from my favorite channel, the We Need to Talk channel over there with Alan Obi. He's gonna be giving us a master class in how to interview an insurgent. He interviews a divester. We're gonna get into that, break it down. And but before we get into that, you know, I was scrolling on social media and I saw something that to be quite frank, I'm fucking sick and tired of seeing. Another talented black brother slain. R.I.P. to PNB Rock, man. Passed away, well, he was murdered at the age of 30 years old in broad daylight in a public establishment because reports say his girlfriend decided to drop his location. Prompted me to ask a question on social media is, what are these rappers gonna stop wearing this goofy ass jewelry? Stop displaying most of their net worth in this goofy ass jewelry. And I got some pushback from some of the Pookie type characters. There's even some people that would like to believe that there's some worth, some value in all of those jewels that they wear and shit. And depending, there could be some truth to that. Some of these watches, I collect them items and things like that. I get it. But is it worth your life? First of all, people with real money, they don't wear these things. People that's actually having, they not having these things. And if they do, they have them in safety deposit boxes and shit. They not walking around displaying it. It's really sad, not to blame the brother at all for his own demise. I mean, he was just saying on the DJ Academic on his podcast on Spotify, he had dropped some of the footage. They were just talking about how some guys pressed him with his family. And he ain't tell us exactly what he did, but we could guess. And it's just, I can't help but to think that if you're not wearing all that jewelry, that you still here today. I mean, they showed up to rob you because your location was dropped, but the reason they showed up to rob you is because y'all known for wearing hundreds of thousands, even in some cases, millions of dollars worth of jewelry at one time. And you love to have stacks of cash. And so I thought this would be a good opportunity. It was I'll leave a link in the description below to this YouTube video here. It was about hip hop jewelers. I believe this was like the beginning of the year or maybe towards the end of 2021 that I actually saw this documentary. It's not a documentary, it's an actual video on YouTube. But I think it might spread some light.
Just when you're like, I can't believe I just spent that much money on that.
Yeah,
or
man.
A credit card bill that you got when you're staring at that bill and going like, I can't believe how much I
who got the most money that I wish that I could get back? Jacob
that he wished that he could get back.
I spent over almost $1 million with Jacob over the years.
Spent $1 million in jewelry.
How many of these watches have these guys sold to people that didn't catch it, like me or Lil Baby? Lil Baby wouldn't have caught it if he didn't Instagram it.
Right.
If he never Instagrammed it, he'd be sitting there with his $40 watch thinking it's worth $500,000.
Isn't it? That's making a lot of noise, man. That's hollow.
Yo, you just never heard. You just never had a lot of chains on top of each other. Any rapper in the game that wear their chains on top of each other, they gonna do like that. I'm sorry, it don't matter who it is. From
that sound real to you, Envy?
They gonna do that. Anybody chains gonna do that.
The shit look uncomfortable. It looks stupid. It sounds stupid. If it's all real, you a walking lick, literally. I just don't get I just don't get the allure.
They had you on that fake watchbusters.com.
Yeah, plenty of times, but right now this is real though.
If there's any genre that has diamonds built into its DNA, it's hip-hop. Since Slick Rick's early days of displaying decadence to the crazy creations that Ghostface used to sport in the dawn of the bling era, jewelry purchases are nothing new in the game. In truth,
hey man, wear that shit in y'all videos. Wear that shit in the privacy under, you know, where armed security is at. You walking around with the type of money motherfuckers never seen before on your neck in the jungle with wolves, hungry. And they not the brightest bunch. This guy ran into Roscoe's in broad daylight. Shot the man, didn't even snatch the jewelry, ran out the side door and got on.
it's become such an accepted part of the culture that even before an MC has truly accomplished anything, the lure of the Diamond District can be too strong to resist. As Kanye once famously put it on Touch the Sky, I went to Jacob an hour after I got my advance, I just wanted to shine. But while many of us once stared at these larger-than-life figures and assumed that every gram of diamond, platinum, and gold that they'd purchased was as legitimate as they come, the darker underbelly of the jewelry game has gradually made its way to the surface. At one stage, the culture of flossing in hip-hop was previously thought to be on life support when in 2009, the Wall Street Journal posted an expose on how the recession and changes in the music industry had melted rappers' ice and led them to look for cheaper alternatives. A lot of these rappers simply don't have the money for the real stuff anymore, proclaimed Beverly Hills jeweler Jason Arashimon said at the time. It's to the point where they are wearing imitation jewelry, and that's ridiculous. But as platforms such as YouTube and
if you gotta wear the fake shit, is it even worth buying it? I mean, in today's era, they're gonna run up on you in the mall with that diamond tester. Or worse, you gonna show up to the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne gonna hit your ass. Or worse, you gonna get your brains blown out for some shit that's fake by a nigga who don't know the difference. I'm trying to understand the allure of why you gotta do that so bad. I remember seeing a interview with Corday. He was sitting down with DJ Academic, and DJ Academic wanted to know, where was the Cuban? Where was the $100,000 Cuban? You a rapper, you big time now. You got to have one of those. You know, Soldier got the Cuban, y'all there got the Cuban, and Corday looking at him like he crazy. He said, how much money you think I got? He said, how much you think it costs to buy one? He said, in order for him to buy that Cuban, any financial strategist worth his salt is gonna tell him that he need to have $30 million liquid before he spend $100,000 on a fucking chain. $30 million. How many rappers you think got $30 million? How many rappers you think even worth $30 million net? Not many of them, but how many fucking rappers do you think got these dumbass chains around their neck? Real or fake? And the sad part is, it don't matter if they're real or fake, because these idiots probably paid top price for it, or it's on some type of fucking rental plan. Because, you know, between these dusties having renter booties on their ass to these pookies having renter chains, renter jewelry. What a time to be alive.
SoundCloud became star factories and hip-hop ascended to the rank of the world's most popular genre. Flexing your diamonds returned with a vengeance, and soon, every rapper with even a regional hit was splashing out on signature pendants, bust-down diamond watches, iced-out grills, and more. And once again, a new generation of impressionable hip-hop lovers took their extravagant purchases and claims of massive spending sprees at face value. But with the rise of social media, these rappers' purchases are under more scrutiny than ever before.
I'm getting on the stone, bro. I'm getting on the stone, bro.
Nah, man, come on.
Where'd you get your jewelry from, dog?
Nah, bro, hold on.
And as it has become clear,
tell who
fakes
gave
are
you that
littered
shit.
all over in today's
Tell on him.
In today's landscape, jewelry like a label pendant piece are such important status symbols that there are
just FYI, so y'all don't know, the only reason that he wouldn't tell on the motherfucker who sold him the fake shit is because he was in on it. He knew he bought something fake. So that's why I'm not gonna put Buddy out, because shit, we was in cahoots.
fake chains being made to allow struggle rappers to fake a cosign from their favorite crews such as Lil Baby's 4PF or 21 Savage's Slaughter Gang. But while these fakes were being sold on sites like eBay or Alibaba, there's a lot of proof that even if you think you're going somewhere trustworthy, things are not always what they seem. And now rappers are becoming more vigilant than ever. Stop buying all this jewelry without knowing what you're doing, Lil Durk warned his fellow artists in September of this year. A lot of this stuff fake and some is overpriced. Get one jeweler and stick to him. I'm telling you, y'all gonna be when the truth come out. With counterfeits flooding the market, a whole online subculture dedicated to detecting and exposing fakes has sprung up. Most notably, IG account Fake Watchbusters has outed countless famous MCs and athletes for sporting counterfeit goods. Just 3 days after Durkio's warning to upcoming rappers, one of the most infamous examples of a rapper being finessed by—
And it's the crazy shit. The watch ugly as hell. The watch ugly as hell. It look like some shit from JCPenney's. I'm broke, so that's probably why I look like that to me. I never had one of those. 400,000.
Jewelers came to light. When Lil Baby showed off the 400,000 Patek Philippe watch that he'd worn as a part of his Met Gala fit on Instagram, fans and fake watchbusters alike were quick to tell him that it wasn't the real deal. Within hours, Lil Baby placed Raffaello & Co., the outlet that sold him the timepiece, on blast. Now at Raffaello & Co., y'all know better than to sell me, of all people, a fake or anything that could be called a fake, he wrote on Instagram. I stand on my name the same way y'all should. Ain't no such thing as a mistake when that money get involved. Suddenly faced with bad publicity, the owners issued a statement which claimed that I personally would never knowingly sell him or anyone else anything that is not 100% authentic. I have known Lil Baby for a while and there's nothing fake about him, especially his jewelry and watches. I want to personally apologize to Lil Baby for what has transpired. Raffaello & Co. took immediate action to rectify this.
Hey man, please believe Raffaello & Co. They laughed in back rooms about how they took them niggas to the bank. These stupid motherfuckers is buying. Man, make no mistake. You a jeweler. You don't accidentally. That's your job. This ain't a mistake. This ain't this ain't oversight. You purposely finessed. I wouldn't be surprised if you did had a real one tucked away for yourself type shit. Or sold off to a homeboy or someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know how you dirtbags get down, man. You absolutely fucking knew. You absolutely fucking knew. Because these pookies, I'm going to come out and apologize too, because these pookies are lucrative. They're lucrative. Nothing better than an idiot with money. See them coming a mile away. As soon as you get money, you're going to find out. Everybody's going to come calling. Everybody need a piece of it. It's with every single industry. There is no industry where it's not like that. You get into real estate, I mean, you get your foot barely in the door. As soon as you get your license, everybody is trying to sell you marketing. They trying to sell you leads. They trying to sell you. No matter what it is. As soon as you get a piece of money, here they come knocking. You a rapper. As soon as you sign one of them little musty $500,000 360 deals for the rest of your fucking life, you're not going to get none of that. You're going to go out there and get you a chain on layaway. And everybody else gonna come reach in your pockets. Your manager gonna come reach in your pockets. Distro, everybody gonna come reach in your pockets. Pookie, I know y'all don't listen to too many things, but hey, save your own life, Pook. Leave the jury alone. You're overdoing it too. Like, I could even see if it was stylish. The Japanese got a term they call, I think, dasai. It's tacky. It's the shit that Americans do. When you go get Gucci from head to toe, Gucci makes statement pieces. It was never built for you to have on the socks, the shoes, the shorts, the shirt, the jacket. It was never built to be worn like that. The same way these chains, the reason it sound like tinfoil all on his chest, this shit was never built to be worn like that. You only need one at a time. What the fuck? What are you trying to prove? How small is your dick, homie? What is going on? Like, what are you really trying to prove with all that shit on your neck? Get you something nice, and if somebody point a gun at you, get that shit up, bucko. Let them have it. Hey, you ain't got to snatch mine, pimp. I'm gonna take it off, bro. This too expensive for you to snatch it. Here you go. You be blessed. I'm not even gonna go. I'm gonna continue shopping, whatever the fuck I was doing. You can have that shit, homie. Give it up. Y'all claim y'all so rich. I'm gonna die behind mine. Sauce Walker was just in some bullshit. Everybody think he was capping. He was lying, said he killed the man, but come to find out somebody else killed him. The man probably actually whooped his ass and then went on to be shot by another man. But that's beside the point. The point is, he was sitting up there with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of jewelry on, and I wouldn't be surprised if you got tried anywhere. You are literally a walking lick. Literally. somebody broke who ain't even about that life might try you. You tempting a good man.
We pride ourselves in being an honest business and will take great care to make sure nothing like this ever happens again. But despite their assurances that this was a one-time oversight, Vlad TV suggested that this wasn't an isolated incident and detailed his own run-ins with R&Co. So I want to take a quick break to thank our friends at Skillshare, a unique service that enables
we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that for Skillshare. We definitely ain't gonna do that for Skillshare. But like, this is the issue that I'm having with all of this bullshit, fellas. Pookie, you ain't got nothing to prove. I remember seeing the episode, I want to say it was Hard Knock Training Camp or some shit, but they was focusing on Chad Ochocinco. He had went to Claire's, the little middle of the mall joint, and got him some earrings. He said, I'm already rich. Everybody know I'm rich. I get the same effect with these. I mean, look, R&Co doing it to you anyway. They make you pay full price for the fake. So the best thing you could do, shit. But moving on, a couple days ago, we did a video on Dime in the Body. And then I was scrolling today, and she popped up on my news feed in the most despicable way. You can't make this shit up, man. So a couple days ago, we did we had a reaction to one of her rants, right? And doing her rant, she was talking about how basically she wanted you to pay. She was like, if you want to skip right to the bullshit, I want to skip too. She said, y'all don't even want to romanticize. Y'all don't want to finesse the pussy no more. You just want to, what you doing on the first link. As soon as you get the number, you want to link. And she said, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Send me a couple $100 if you want to skip the line. It's like the VIP line at the club. You know, if you buying bottles, they're going to let you right in. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother line for you. That's what she was basically saying. She was like, hey, but now I'm scrolling. I see this graphic. Rapper Dime in the Body reveals her body count is 2,000. So me, I'm thinking, you know, there's no way that her body count could actually be that high and that she would, I mean, even if her body count was that high, she wouldn't dare admit that, would she? Well, I learned me a lesson that I should have been learned. Never put nothing past these birds, because lo and behold,
I've been literally I remember I lost my virginity at 12 years old. I remember the boy, everything. I remember the whole day like it was yesterday. But 12, bitch, to now, it's been a lot. Girl, is it just my body count for just niggas or niggas and bitches?
Oh my God. Everybody. Truly deplorable.
I would say like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd say like 2,000. To be real honest with you. Like if you put niggas and bitches, because I done fucked a lot of bitches too. So I be fucking niggas, I be fucking bitches. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna front. Like I'm gonna keep it blood raw. Like bitch, probably two bands, 2,000 bitch sexual partners. Absolutely, yeah, it is what it is. You know what? Hey, only God can judge me. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I've been literally
only God can judge her. You see what I'm saying? It's like
that. We were
pause that. What's going on? It's only God can judge her. 2,000 bodies, fellas. That's what this thing turned into. That's what it didn't come to. 2,000 bodies. Now I'm praying she can't. It can't be 2,000. I mean, I thought about it, but I mean, she did say she jumped off the porch at 12 now. You know what I'm saying? But 2,000 can't be serious. Can't be a serious number. Unless she one of them Arabian toilets, if you know what I'm talking about. She might be one of those. I heard some strange things go down on them yachts. when you slide over there, and I'm pretty sure she's getting paid sufficiently for for her services. But you know, we spent enough time on Pookie and the Dusty Divas. Like, fellas, that's what you get for your money, fellas. Remember the other day she was talking about sending her $2,500 for the day. $2,500, and all you get is a stomach ass and something with 2,000 miles on it. That's the equivalent. She basically a 94 Honda, 450,000 miles on it, with a Lamborghini kit on that motherfucker. And if you spend any money to rent that motherfucker for a day, it's up to you. That's that is on you. You know what? I'm just gonna go straight into the we need to talk interview, because like I said, we didn't already waste too much time on Pookie. I don't believe Pookie didn't be listening anyway. I mean, Pookie, what I really want you to do, I'm trying to save your life, brother. Leave that jury alone. I mean, you can get you some nice shit, but there's no need for you to be wearing that shit. And stop going back to the hood. They don't love you there like you think, man. I'm sorry. They say that's the worst Roscoe's in LA. Why was you at that one? And then why don't y'all move smarter? Why is your girl dropping your location? I pray she didn't do it on purpose. I hope she didn't do it on purpose. But I'm going to tell you the sad truth is I don't put nothing past them. Fellas, we got to wake up, man. Nobody going to save us but us. Ladies, this sexual liberated bullshit that y'all going through. Now, in women's defense, this woman here, I am certain is a outlier. It ain't too many more 2,000 bodies I ain't never even seen her no porn or nothing. I want to know how you got 2,000 bodies. You must be high level escort type. You got to be an Arabian toilet. She got to be one of them yacht potties. Got to be. That's what it got to be. So without further ado, we're gonna jump straight into the now he's going to be talking to a divester. For those who don't know what a divester is, they've decided that the black man is not worth saving. She's sick of him. We might as well all be Pookies and Ray Rays. And so she is moving on. Now, I try to be nice, but look at this bird, man. I mean, I'm on behalf, before she even opens her mouth, before we answer any questions, she is a divester. So I want to let this be known. On behalf of the black community, we accept. We absolutely accept your resignation. And we also ask that if you got any more like you, any more that look like this, that look like something from the fucking Muppets, you can take them and their attitude, and all of y'all can get the fuck out of here. Please, if you have any friends, I'm talking about black or otherwise, whatever community they want to divest from, we cool with it. You ain't got to route no chick. You don't need no permission. Just go. Just go. But our brother here, Alan, he got the patience of an elephant, because he can sit there and try to reason. And like this one right here, this is a battle axe, grenade launcher, right? It ain't getting nothing through her thick skull. The fact that a black woman would divest from the black community, I already think shows low intellect. I don't give a fuck how you put it. Like, even if your preference isn't the black man, for you to voice that bullshit, to me, it's just flat out weird. It's just flat out weird. It's unacceptable. It's buffoonery. But I'm gonna get into it, because she is walking comedic. Like, come on now. How dare you? Ma'am.
Man, but I mean, I can still talk.
Oh, wait, you said probably. So there's hope.
No, she can go.
You haven't divested.
I have divested.
Okay, so why didn't you say I won't marry a black man? You said I probably won't.
You have to make yourself into the kind of man that women want.
You sound like Kevin Samuels.
How?
You're literally saying what he says.
Word
you
for
have
word.
to make yourself the type of woman that these type of men want.
No.
So what's the difference? What's the difference?
Because according to him, you shouldn't go to college.
That's another lie, though. That's another lie. He didn't say you couldn't go to college. He was making fun of the PhD. It's a difference because you if you smart and you was working your move and if you was listening to what he was saying, and college is when you need to be trying to hook your husband. Is when that's when you're supposed to be doing that. But the problem is listen how no matter how much logic this man is going to use, she is going to fight it. Now she just said that we need to be the type of men that women want. But when the shoe is on the other foot and it's up to them, then it's what's good for the goose all of a sudden ain't good for the gander. I don't get it. But our boy Allen gonna do a masterful job of breaking it down and sidestepping the sign language, as the good brother Kevin Samuel would say, that she gonna try to use, which is typical, which is why it's really hard to argue with females. Like to fight with a female, to compete with a female is bad because as a man, you're always gonna be looked at as the aggressor. We always are the one that should have more tact. They can come with their claws out, and because we men, we can't meet them with that same vitriol. We gotta play it. He does a very good job, a masterful job of doing that. Because even when you snap into bullshit, he always stays calm, and I like it. I love it.
Because those men don't value that.
Okay, well, what am I supposed to do? Sit in the hood and be poor as hell?
But that's not the point. The point is
that is the point.
The rhetoric is the same. You're saying
that is not the same thing because that is not the same.
No. The things are different.
Relax
I
your
agree
mouth,
with you.
man.
The things are different, but the rhetoric is the same.
You're saying it's not the same thing.
Okay, so if I was to say to you, you have to become the type of man that the type of woman you want would like.
That is what's required.
Wait. If I have to become the type of man that the type of woman I want wants, correct?
You have to become the type of man that women want. Yes.
Perfect. And if I said to you, you have to become the type of woman that the type of man you want wants, is that correct as well?
Wrong, because men and women are not the same. The reality for a lot of black women.
And you see that intangible bullshit. Men and women are not the same. Well, duh, you didn't say anything right there, man. You always use that type of bullshit. And this is the thing. Y'all only not the same when it benefits you. Any other time you're equal, correct? So how the fuck when it comes to whenever you need accountability, then all of a sudden, we're different. We can do, we're different. I'm telling you, the world is waking up to your bullshit, ladies. That's why that's why it's this vitriol between the man and the woman right now, is because men have woke up to your bullshit. They understanding, hey, what am I getting for my money? What am I getting for my time? Where's my gratitude? Where's my respect? Where's my fucking peace? Wait a minute now. I need those things. And they doing whatever they got to do to get it. You got men going leaving the country to find a better suitor. Leaving the fucking country. They getting passports and getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Is that they are the breadwinners of their families. They are the higher earners. They are the ones who are most responsible. They are the providers and the protectors of that household.
You know what I would tell them?
Who have to keep the lights on.
You know what I would tell those women? I would tell those women to go back to the drawing board and become the type of woman that the type of man that wouldn't require you to be the breadwinner would be attracted to.
That's not realistic. That is not a realistic.
So did you hear that? He had a and that's a real solution. That's a real solution. The real solution is the only thing that you can control in this life is your fucking self. That's the only thing that you can control. That's the only thing that you deserve to control. Not your kid's life, not your wife's life, not your brother's life, not your mama, not your daddy, not none of that. Your own life is the only thing that you can control. So this is the best information that you can get. Point the finger back inward, look objectively. What can I do better? What you can do better is you can identify the type of man that you need. After you've identified the type of man or type of partner that you need to identify what that person would need. Does that make sense? That's all he's saying. You find out what that person may need. You find a way for you to add value to that person. See, win-lose is a easy fucking. It's not hard. It requires no critical thinking. We grow up playing basketball and video games and shit like that. For me to win, you lose. But when you go into every relationship, critical thinking is required when it's win-win. Because now, as win-win, I have to show appreciation for my partner or the person that I'm trying to court for their situation. If I go into it, no matter what I want. So as a woman, no matter what you want from that man, you want 6 figures, you want 6 feet, you want 6 inches, you want all of that shit, right? No matter, you got to understand how you could be of service, of help, create value in that type of man's life. But you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to lay on your back and open your legs, lay there like a dead pig and just receive all of this man's benefits, from his life force to his finances to everything. You want everything for laying on your back and doing absolutely nothing, giving that whack ass sex up. That shit is not enough. That's not enough. She says that's unrealistic. He said you need to find out what the men that won't because you right now, your problem is you're not dealing with those guys. You're dealing with Pookie, Ray Ray, Chads, and Tyrones, who may in some cases be those guys in disguise. Because I'm not gonna sit here and stunt like I don't know these niggas is lying. I know they out here fucking lying. I know that. But my thing is, how are you falling for it? It doesn't hold up underneath a microscope. Like if at glance, maybe. At glance, you squint your eyes, it's like water in the desert. But when you get up on it, it's obviously, ma'am, it's obvious. These dudes aren't narcissists. Stop saying that, ladies. They aren't narcissists. Stop giving yourself that much credit. These guys are morons, idiots. Read on a 4th grade level. Whooped you out of your goddamn womb. Explain that shit to me.
Why not?
Because
the point I was making is that a lot of our women don't hold white men or white love interests to the same pseudo-masculine standards. Nope. So the white dude doesn't have to make 6 figures. The black dude does.
Black women ask for black men to make 6 figures.
No, but sure, it might not be 6 figures, but it's other metrics. You guys impose.
And she's right and wrong at the same time. Women say they want black men or men period to make 6 figures to be with them, but that's not actually who they're dealing with, because most men don't make 6 figures. And like I always hear this stat that, they fucking 20% of the men, they only fucking the top percent of the men, and so it's all of the 80% is not getting any sex. That's actually not true. I looked it up actually, and it's not. I see where they got that number from, but it's actually not that drastic, but it's pretty close. But what I'm saying is, there's a whole lot of Pookies and Ray Rays with 5 and 6 kids, and they're not making 100,000, even scamming. You see what I'm saying? So it's like what they say and what they respond to is 2 totally different things, fellas. So yeah, they're gonna say that you got to make $100,000, but if you make her laugh and you hit the spot, you typically good. She'll overlook all of the other shit, and once she loves you, she's an idiot. Once she loves you, all of that shit goes out the window. So what you need to understand, fellas, is they say 100,000, but make a good living. You should be the best version of yourself. We can't all make 100,000. We can't all make $1 million. We can't all be billionaires. We're not all going to be that. Even if we could, most of us wouldn't do the work. It's just evident by the reason why a lot of us don't have it now.
And again, if it was just me saying this at my age and other men saying this at their age, I've had conversations with boys in high school and they say the same thing. They're not making money, but they're talking about like, you know, masculine features and things like that. So my thing is, why are you grading white dudes on a curve and still talking shit about black men?
Fair question.
Black men don't, I mean.
She got nothing.
So for those men who are committed, who are doing the right things based on male curriculums or whatever the case may be, and we're still eating shit, what can you say to us?
I'm saying that I don't see that as being a real problem because there are not enough black men.
What's the definition of gaslighting?
Let's hear it.
Making somebody believe that their reality is not real.
What did you just do?
You're not your reality. Your reality is.
You're stuttering because that's what you just did.
No.
How can we honestly have this conversation and claim that black men are enjoying all the perks of masculinity and manness in this particular country without pointing out some of the pitfalls of manness and specifically black manness that black men have to suffer? Because it's like when it's time to give out empathy, we should take it evenly. When it's time to give out blame, we should take all the blame. Black men should take all the blame. And it's like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't.
At all.
Similarly, I could say black women have never had the disposition of femininity, even when black men did lead.
No, you.
But I'm not saying that.
Because you never led, though.
Black men never led.
No.
See, another issue I have, Snuffleupagus here. It's always, like I said with the last grenade launcher that we had, you're not getting the best from men. You're not getting the best from men. And then you have these big, fat birds talking about divesting from the black man when we all know the one stereotype that rings true. The only man who wants your big ass like that is black men. You gonna go run off to what community, man? You think the Asian community is dating these? Do you think Trevor and Tyler and Kyle and Chad want one of these? You think black men are mean? Go holler at Chad. and report back to me. Tell me how that go. So where are you going, ma'am? Without doing any work. Because you're going to lose that weight if you're going to go off into the white community. You're going to lose that weight if you're going to jump off into if you're going to get in the Asian community, you're going to lose that weight and make a whole lot more money than whatever it is you're making. I can tell by your surroundings, you're not going to make it in the Asian household. Not looking like that and without at least about 60 pounds lost and you ain't got to stand up. We don't need the Kendrick Cam. I can look right at you and I'm telling you all in your face that it ain't it. It ain't it. It's a lot of work need to be done. It's a lot of work. And it's always the ones who've done absolutely no work, working in retail or she's some type of whatever she is. That doesn't even matter. The issue is it's always the ones who look like this, who act like this, have this attitude that are talking about divesting. Please get the fuck out of here, girl. Please get the fuck out of here. I'm mad you was over here in the first fucking place. I'm disgusted. Who let her in a fucking club?
Ever.
Please divest.
So Marcus Garvey means nothing to you. Elijah Muhammad means nothing to you. Martin Luther King.
We can't all marry Marcus
Frederick Douglass. No. I'm not talking about those men in particular. I'm talking about the movements, the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam.
We can't.
So you're saying to me there's never been a collective of black men who led? In spite of circumstances created to exterminate them? You're saying that?
I'm saying that I'm saying that black men.
So you're saying black men made a concerted decision to abandon?
I don't know if the decision was concerted. I know
Okay,
that.
but you said they abandoned their post.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
That's them saying anything again. Black men are the most active fathers in America. Google it. Google it. That's a real, true life fact. More than the white man, more than the Asian man, and it's not even fucking close. We at the football games, we picking the kids up from school. The black man is the one that's there. That's we don't get credit for shit that we do. No matter where you go, you won't get credit. We married a black woman at a rate of 88% of the time, black men to black women, highest of all of the races. We are loyal to our women more than all other races. We don't get any kudos for that shit. All she can name is shit that she feels, and she feels that way because she ain't did the work. The bogus ass wig, whatever this is on her head. Nothing about you is like y'all get mad, y'all call them pick-me's, but nothing about you is a pick-me. And you should all be if you're a heterosexual woman, you should absolutely want to be a pick-me. I don't know why you wouldn't want to be one. Pick-me's get picked by high quality men. When you talk about being intimidating, a pick-me chick is usually, she's going to be more intimidating to a Pookie and a Ray Ray because they understand what it takes to be with her. They understand there is a responsibility involved with having a submissive woman. There is a huge responsibility. A huge and Pookie, and they gonna fold under that pressure. She needs a lot more than just your fucking money when you're gonna be the full-time provider in that type of way. Pookie can't he can't afford it. Not monetarily. He don't got the mental fortitude. He don't got the commit. He don't give a fuck about you. These things matter. But you looking like that, you in this motherfucker talking about fields and shit that ain't real. Black men have never led. That's just asinine to say, man. And that's why we need, when you that dumb, like, go wherever you want to go, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have a hard time because you have a hard time looking inward at your goddamn self. And he way nicer than I ever could have been to you. There's no way I could sit across from you looking like that. And I see why Kevin had the tact that he had with you, because you need to hear it that way. Motherfuckers need to stop putting the medicine in the applesauce for y'all, man. Need to stop doing that. Throw the pill in their goddamn mouth and waterboard it down. We sick of doing that, man. And women like you need to just be treated badly until you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's gonna happen. Let's be for real. You're gonna continue to pursue the dudes that you want, totally overlooking the dudes that you qualify for and that may want you. So you're gonna have bad experiences with men over and over, i.e., getting pumped and dumped into oblivion. You'll probably get your uterus involved at some point. Judging by your surroundings, probably for a check, probably for some government subsidy. You're going to go hit up Uncle Sam and say, can I get my benefits? Like the rest of the fucking bums. And guess what? Because in the beginning of this shit, you said that I probably won't. You're not even a real divester. You've been cast out. You exiled. I can tell by everything you got going on.
Perfect. Before that, you said they never had a post. So which one is it? You talked yourself into that trap. You said we weren't leaders. Then you said we abandoned leadership.
You're really like mincing words here, and you're like really like you're really
not because we got to stand beside and behind what we say. Okay, so I'm giving you an opportunity to recant your first statement when you said black men were never leaders.
Black men were never leaders.
But you just said they abandoned the home.
Yes, but it doesn't mean they were leading in the home.
How did we abandon if we?
Okay, so what did they abandon?
They abandoned their kids. They abandoned their wives.
Okay, and what is their role in their kids' and wives' lives?
To be a husband and father.
What is husband and father? What is that role?
Leadership.
I don't know. It's what men are supposed to do. If you're going to get married and have kids, it's what men are supposed to do.
It's a leadership role, correct?
But it doesn't mean you're a leader in that role. Again, Kevin Samuel was married. He wasn't a leader in his marriage.
They can just say shit that makes no sense. Nonsensical bullshit. That's why the man should be commended for his patience. He should be commended for his patience and his tact. Shit, Kevin should have been commended for his patience and his tact. Even the average at best girl, she called herself average at best. She said a 6 with makeup on. If that ain't average at best, I don't know what the fuck is. 6 is a 60. 60 is a fucking D. It's not even average. It's technically below average. They don't even get. I'm just saying, man. Like, this is just, ladies. This is just as frustrating to us as them dusty pants sagging motherfucking pookies that's running around here telling y'all about the high value men you'll never get. This is the same to us. So we've been dealing with this shit since before No Scrubs. These they not new to us. Like, y'all hate Fresh and Fit and Andrew Tate and anybody else with a mouth. Y'all hate Jordan Peterson, a married clinical psychologist. Just because he has any critique of any woman. It's unfair. We take our shit. Y'all always want to say, why don't men get any accountability in this? They absolutely do. Nobody's is cheering on Pookies. But other Pookies. We don't find
marriage.
Is husband and father a leadership role?
No. Not intrinsically, no.
Not intrinsically.
Okay, so what are you complaining that black men did? Because if you were saying black men abandoned their leadership responsibility, we can go there. But what are you, if we weren't leaders, we were never leaders, then what is your gripe with us? What are we doing wrong?
Black men complain that the black community is woman-led. You complain that it's a gynocracy.
We don't complain, we observe.
Feminism has taken over, but you don't lead anyway.
And feminism hasn't taken over everywhere, but it's taken over the black community. And the black woman absolutely is the head of household in the black community. It's for sure the only matriarch race. It's the black race. That's a fact. Women, you lead. And you could pretend like you don't want to lead. You don't want to admit that you're leading because you're running this shit into the fucking ground, but you're leading. You're leading by the sheer amount of single mothers. Single mothers are in a leadership role because there is no leader. So single mothers are leading boys. They're leading girls at the same time. And they're leading them in because like 80% of them, 70% of some crazy number are single mother households. That's just the fact. And so when you're the leader, you go down with the ship. Now, I'm not absolving black men. I have to say that over and over and over and over again. We could be better leaders. We can be better men, period. We absolutely can. But what I'm saying is that women, you have to, as our women, incentivize the type of behavior that you want. And you don't do that. You respond to bullshit. You respond to pookies. You respond to all of the wrong shit. Y'all love trappers, rappers, and scammers. Ball players and idiots. Y'all want fast money. You don't want to work it all. You just want to live the fast life and then on to the next one. When he get his head blown off or he get kicked out or he get thrown in jail, next. The toxicity of getting your ass beat and getting back together and the great sex that comes after. You live on the edge of that shit because you're chaotic. You love that shit. That's why as soon as you get a real good man with a 9-to-5 that buys you everything, loves you and supports you and does all of this other shit, he's born and you cheat on him with the pool guy with the 6-pack that plays in a band and shit. This is what's been happening since the beginning of time. Pookie can keep you interested because he keep you on your goddamn toes, cheating on you and beating your ass. But y'all don't want to talk about that shit. That's why they get stuck in these relationships, because the makeup sex is insane.
And according to you, we've never led.
She's an idiot,
I mean, I don't know why you're so caught up on if you never or ever led, or was there a point in time in history where you at one time did. What does that matter in 2022?
Because history is cyclical. And words mean things, and if you use very dangerous rhetoric, and let's say, for instance, you have a son, you have a daughter, and you're teaching them history is that black men never led, that sets a very dangerous paradigm. And I think that's where it comes from when people say the divest community sounds like white supremacists. Because you say a bunch of lies to paint a narrative that isn't substantiated by any fact.
It's not.
Just
It's
like
not
white
a lie. And even if, again, even
okay,
if
so prove it.
What does that?
Why are we the only ones that got? Our women are the only ones on the soapbox screaming the loudest about how trash we are. When the facts just don't support that. When the facts support that we're better husbands and we're better fathers than all these other bums, and you still disrespect us. You can't wait to tell us how you don't need us. That's asinine. You absolutely need a man. Every woman needs a man, but the black woman is the only one that's been tricked to say that they don't. Like, you hear that here and there in the other, but that's typically they scum. That's from the top to the bottom with us. Our quote unquote Michelle Obamas is telling us they don't need us. I don't know Michelle Obama personally, but I read a book. I read anything that she'll write, actually. She got a new book out on the way. Can't wait. But I've never heard her say in anything that she didn't need Barack. And one can deduce that she didn't. She was already a very high-powered lawyer in Chicago before Barack showed up. Matter of fact, when Barack showed up to Chicago, she was the one showing him around because she was already doing droves. He was coming back from college. She was there. She was up. She had to sit down, take a pay cut, take a back seat for him to run for president. She has 2 Ivy League degrees, Princeton and I believe Harvard. 2. Do you know what type of woman that is? She took a back seat and her man became the leader of the free world. Y'all don't understand the power of femininity. She didn't have to do that. She had a lot going on her own. We got to get out our own way.
One time in history do for us today? How does that help us today?
Well, it's more than one time. Obviously, for people who know history, it's more than one. I've given you a bunch of examples, but what it does is it changes the paradigm. Because one of the things that we often do as a community is we talk about ourselves as being incapable of doing better, without recognizing the fact that we were kidnapped, without recognizing the fact that we were put in situations to perpetuate our own dysfunction for the benefit of the white society that we now run to be our saviors. I think it's very dangerous if we become dismissive of one another's experiences. So similarly, I could say black women in mass are not deserving of good men because they're not feminine. I don't say that. I say that these are the...
And a lot of men do say that. That's the exact sentiment. The exact sentiment is that the black woman specifically is so far gone when on the masculine side that there's no bringing her back. That's bullshit, though. That's absolute bullshit. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I've dealt with women who were highly masculine, but I didn't receive that energy from them. Even when I was in the military, before I even got any type of rank, I didn't get treated like everybody else. It wasn't favoritism, as I was raised by a man to be a man first. So even my higher ups respected me. I'm talking about since E3. And you can ask anybody, like, people will get, and not me. One of my favorite senior chiefs, shout out to Senior Chief Sanders, Dudley Sanders. Probably one of the meanest motherfuckers in the Navy. PRCS. The stories we had about this guy, but he looked out for me. He looked out for me, and this is a white guy. He looked out for me. I could have been kicked out the military for some of the shit that I did that he knew about, but he helped me because he saw something in me. That come from the way that I was raised. Even when I fuck up, I'm able to take responsibility for that fuck up. I walk with my chest up, my head held high. I have confidence. I learn I learn a fucked up way. I do this thing trial by fire. That's why I'm gonna make plenty of mistakes on this podcast, and on my way I'm gonna say plenty of things that's wrong. And I invite anybody to come on and critique. Come on, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll look you right in your face and say, I was wrong about that. But we just gotta, you know what? I'm gonna stop that here. You know, I'm not even going, because I think it's only a few minutes left. But I'm actually really sick of seeing her face, and I'm not a fan of these divestors or whatever the fuck they call themselves, or anybody who decides that it's okay, or they choose willingly to abandon the black community or any community. If it's your community, look, we don't need y'all to send no flare up. Just get the fuck out. You want to go? You want to save yourself? You want to divest? You know, whatever it is you want to do, you will not get no pushback from me. Get your ass out. Don't let the dough hit you with a good Lord split you. Now, everybody's going to say that that's one of my takes that they don't like. Like, you can't just tell these that if they want to go to stay gone. Typically, they don't have the stomach for the fight anyway. They don't have it, or they've been fighting for so long. Some of these dudes are old lions. They've been fighting for so long, they ain't got no fight left in them. And I can't really blame them. I can't really blame them for wanting they golden years to be a little bit more tender. That's on them. But for us fellas who still got some fight left in us, we got to do it. We owe it to our community to do it. Every other man of every other community is doing that. They will do it. We can't be the ones that in mass abandon our community, abandon our post like that divestor said. We can't be the ones that do that shit. This thing is going to be hard. We've already made a whole lot of mistakes, but you got to understand, first you got to look to the youth. If you didn't do it right, let them know. Let them know what mistakes were made. We got to look to the youth to turn this thing around, man. Like, you got to think, we fucked it up. We didn't, to be honest. What you living in now is actually the work was already done by our parents, is what this shit turned into. Because we so busy trying not to be them. We screwing up in whole new ways. And so now our kids is going to get older and they're going to realize that we screwed up in whole other ways. But hopefully we just keep getting better and better. Like I said, trial by fire. We're going to screw up. But I'm not going to ramble too much longer. I'm going to leave the link in the description for that reaction to the We Need to Talk and the Divestor. And I'm going to also leave the one in case you should so happen to give a fuck about the jury, which maybe somebody can educate me on the financial sense that shit make. If anybody can draw or why you would have $1 million worth of jury, please let me know, because I count myself as a smart guy. I can't see it or understand it. But on your way out the door, I need you guys, especially if you've been here this long listening to me ramble and run my goddamn mouth, you might as well like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you'll be, notified when I drop new videos, because I've been putting them out, man. I've been getting things put out. I'm gonna try to keep getting them put out for y'all. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen.
Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Hand squad. Just me, my lady, I don't need no guys. Headed to the top, I don't need no ride. I'm so fly, how fly is he? I can stop now, let the beat just ride. Niggas like, might as well join them. Nothing we can do to defeat those guys. Us to the world like Bonnie and Clyde. She was there when niggas wouldn't loan me a dime. She was there when I was feeling lonely inside. Niggas not real cause it's all in disguise. I can feel the hate cause it's all in your vibe. Diamond in the rough, yeah, star on the rise. Big confidence, that's all on my stride. Money, 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 that's all on my mind. Yeah, see, it's just me and my yo lady. Born all in the 90s, but our soul came from the 80s. I know she'll get on your ass if you ever tried to play me. Got her back, she got my front, that's how it been around this bitch lately. Bro, nigga don't wanna hang with you. On gelato, I mix it with Dankaroo. Baby twerking and grabbing her ankles too. Demon throat, but she's sweeter than angel food. Damn it, we get the need like an ankle boot. Cool laid back, far from a lazy dude. Man, his business and all about his paper too. Bitch, picture me taking off for a day or two. I heard black love was a beautiful thing. From a boy to a man, I became a king. Proceeding to conquer so many things with the love and the help of my beautiful queen. And I'm still with the same usual team, and y'all still do the same usual things. All I do is win, and I cannot lose, cause in my life.